There's a tendency for investors to look at the muni market as a niche market, one that can be viewed in isolation. We take a very different view here at PIMCO. We think that macro factors are important in thinking about the overall asset class, but also in selecting individual securities. Macro factors like demographics, public policy, changes in housing prices, commodity prices, changes in federal tax policy are all very relevant to muni investors. One example are municipal bonds that are backed by sales taxes. Sales taxes can be collected on an area within a state, a city, a town, sometimes a small district within a town. There's a number of macro factors in play when we're thinking about how much sales tax will be collected in the future. This can be U.S. economic consumption, wage growth, employment trends. These are all critical from a top-down perspective, but it's also important from a bottom-up view to understand the assets within these areas that are generating the economic activity on which those sales taxes are collected. An example that's very common in the municipal market is to find sales tax districts where a lot of that activity is backed by malls, big box retail, other areas that may be under stress at this point in the cycle. At PIMCO, we rely heavily on our corporate credit team to look at these individual retailers and give us signs of economic health. We also rely on our commercial real estate team to give us an idea of what these individual assets might be worth. Another example would be local general obligation bonds that are issued to fund education. Many of these bonds are backed by property taxes. Those property taxes are calculated based on the assessed value of homes, and that's based on mark-to-market valuations of houses. There are a number of macro factors that can impact housing valuations. These include mortgage rates, shifting demographics, the potential loss of a state and local tax deduction, which has become very relevant in parts of California and New York. We rely on our housing team to help us assess risk in these types of investments. Our muni portfolio team is backed by the full power of PIMCO, leveraging our time-tested investment process to identify opportunities and risk in the muni market. We believe it's critical to have both a robust macro process and a broad credit expertise that extends far and beyond traditional state and local government finance. We believe that the combination of those things might help to deliver better outcomes for our municipal investors.